Yeah, I'm here. I'll just okay, we got 3 viewers in here now. So Michael asked if you can you guys hear me? Michael asked if you are doing print on demand, what kind of incentive slash scarcity can you give to increase your conversions? Um, that's a tough question to answer, but I, I don't do print on demand, and I might do it in the future, but pretty much what you can do and what a lot of my friends and we do, we provide a right on the shout out so that incentivizes customers to come purchase from you because customers like being in control and uh, everybody loves a discount, but you don't want to give like a discount. Maybe like 5 or 10% won't work that well, but you can give them a 15 or 20%, maybe even 25%, and all you do is really you really mark up your items so that in the end, when they check out, you still get the same amount of profit as you would if you were just selling the item straight up with no extra markup for like $20, and then you would give them like a 20%. You wouldn't give them any coupons, and you can mark it up like 30, and give them like a 20% um, coupon right away on the Instagram shout out, or that's what you're doing. I'm not exactly sure. And then for scarcity wise, I never talk about like I just use a standard like thing. I just tell them that we have a limited supply, and then I would have like a timer and a stock left little bar on the product page. Well, you can mark it down by 50% right away, so you can put the markup price as $40, and then you can the sell price as $20. But if you were trying to incentivize them, you would mark it up to like maybe $50. Then the sell price is about $30, and then you would give them a discount code right away, maybe like 15% right off the bat. And a lot of times they customers won't even remember that you have this discount code for them, so you can really use this to your advantage because giving them that incentive pretty much gives your customer, it's like a marketing tactic, and it pretty much just gets your customer to click through, and that when they click through, that's your main goal. Your first goal is to get them to click through, and then your product page will hopefully convert them over to get them to purchase, because the first step is getting that click through by your customers. So the question you're asking is, do you recommend focusing on dropshipping for now and doing print on demand when I'm more experienced? I would personally do dropshipping. I feel like a lot more money to be made. On demand is very, very competitive unless you're very creative. creative and pretty good at marketing, it might be more difficult. And the profit margins on print on demand are usually slim. Like a lot of these guys who are doing print on demand, they make like maybe like 20K or up 2,800K a month, but then a lot of times netting about like 10 of that. So 10% of a month is only $10,000. Whereas if you were drop shipping and making like 10,000 or just you were making $20,000 a month, you were netting 50 or 60% of that, you would be making more than someone who was selling $100,000 on print on demand if they were only making 10% or 12%. So pretty much when you're trying to, well, how refunds work in this industry is pretty much whenever a customer asks if they want a refund, 90% of the time you will refund them only. You should put this on your website, and you would only refund them if they didn't receive the order or their order was damaged, or if they cancel right before you ship out, then that's fine too. And when they don't receive it or the item or order is damaged, I would just refund them right away, because one chargeback is worse than 10 refunds. And that's because not a lot of people talk about this, but once you start doing a lot of volume, start making a lot of money in your Shopify store, Shopify or Stripe holds a decent amount of your profits for like a 3-month span. Like I believe it was like 25%. And they'll hold it until they'll hold it, and they won't give it back to you unless you have a percentage rate of 1% or less. And for my store, I had 0 chargebacks, but our refunds are a part of business, and every single business has refunds, so you shouldn't worry about that too much. You generally already, you should expect that you're going to get some refunds. Are extremely low as long as you're transparent with the customers and tell them exactly how long your shipping times are, and respond quickly to their emails. So me ask it how much money I need to start dropshipping. So it really depends on what you want to do with dropshipping or what type of strategy you want to approach it at. But starting again, I would definitely do it the same way. Just first, and it really depends how well you do your research, because the better research you do, you can mitigate the costs of starting in the beginning. But when I first started, I had well, I spent a bunch of money, over maybe over $500. But then when I only had $100 left. That's when I finally made my breakthrough with Instagram influencers, with the product that I showed in my last video. So Neil asked if sell 75% of what you get paid instantly, or after a few days, and another 25% you get paid after chargebacks are lower than 1%. And is that right? Yeah, that's right. So you get about 75% of all the revenue you make in your store, and then the other 25% will come 3 months later. But that's only when you start doing some real volume in your store. Start doing a few $1,000s a month, and then Shopify will do that to you. And this happens to every single Shopify store that are dropshipping. So it's pretty normal. It's pretty much to reduce the chargeback rate on Shopify and to protect themselves, because this goes hand in hand with the refund rates. And sometimes people won't refund their customers, so then Shopify will have to take a loss. So pretty much they create this rule that they'll hold 25% and give it back to you later. Not exactly sure how much 150 euros or 200 euros are, but that should be okay if you're only spending about $30 or $30 to $50 per shout out. And then the website is free for the first 14 days, and you really only need to buy a domain, which is about $8 to $10. Yo, if you guys have any more questions, just leave them down below. I have to leave in like 20 minutes. I'm actually still in college, and just had a little free time. I know I haven't done a video in a while because my schedule has been crazy, and I've been trying to situate it. And yeah. Let me know down in the chat what you guys want to see next in my next video. Or if you guys want me to review your stores in my next video, just leave them in the chat, and I'll definitely make a video on that. So Michael asks, what is the best niche to get into, in your opinion, and that isn't too saturated at the moment? It's difficult to say. Niche selection and product selection is always a difficult decision to make. What you really have to do is, I personally recommend that you find the product first. Don't worry too much about your niche. If your product is good, then that will create your niche for you. And like I said in like every single one of my videos, the best way to start to do product research or find a niche is to just sell what other people are selling, because you already know that works. So there's a very, very low chance it won't work for you unless you are doing something wrong. So you won't have to focus on the product, and all you have to focus on is converting and marketing. Yeah, just test and sell what other people are selling. Niels, if I were you, there necessarily isn't a problem with selling with euros, but you would definitely want to get a currency converter and sell. You would want to sell in USD, because the majority of your customers are going to be from the US, and a lot of people in the US are not familiar about how it converts to euros. If you guys have any more questions, just leave them down below. All right, man. All right, Michael, take it easy. No, I can't link one of my stores. Yeah, for sure. How can you make your first sale with dropshipping? So to make your first sale with dropshipping, that's a very, very tough question to answer. But in essence, you want to find a winning product, sell what other people are selling, create a website, and use Instagram influencers to market your item and bring traffic to your website to purchase from you. And then Sean Spencer asked, if there's a niche that I want to get into and there are two trending products that are selling right now on Shopify, should I develop the store around the niche or focus more on the product? So pretty much, if there are two trending products in a niche store, I would compete both of the, well, I would sell both the products. There's no reason why you wouldn't. So you would want to advertise both the products on your store. So you want to advertise both products on your store, and then eventually one will die out or one will become more profitable than the other one, and then you can start throttling that product and marketing it and scaling it harder than the other product, or you can use one of the products and upsell the other product. That would be a good way to increase your average order value. Raphael Cat Sulis asks, what's the most you've made in a month? The most I've made in a month is around 13K. And I actually haven't been doing Shopify dropshipping that long, a few months. How long did it take you to get started with Shopify? So I started Shopify right when I found out about it. But to start actually seeing success with Shopify dropshipping, it's I did it for a few months at first, but then I gave up on it, and then I came back, and then within a month, I started seeing some really, really good results with it because I started to take it seriously and outwork a lot of other people, and that's exactly how I broke through. Hmm. So Yova asks, what niche did you get started getting profit with? The first niche I started getting profit with was the pet niche. And if you watch my last video, I show you guys exactly back in the day, back in September. But originally I had 3 stores and at first, and they all didn't work out for me. So it's all about testing. The Yaz asks, should I go for general products or niche product? Not exactly sure what you mean by general product because I'm pretty sure most products have a niche assigned to them, even if it's like, yeah, most products have a niche assigned to them. But I would focus on the product and then the niche will come once you find the product because the product is pretty much the most important thing. So a general store or a niche store. So I've actually done a video on that before, but I would personally go with the niche store because general stores are way harder to advertise as a beginner. General stores are more effective when you know a lot about Facebook, and Facebook is a very difficult platform for beginners to learn. And back in the day when I started, Facebook was what I did, but then I didn't really find any success with it because it was super difficult to use because it's such a powerful platform that it makes it very difficult to use. And then I found success with Instagram influencers. And now I'm doing Instagram and Facebook at the same time. So for consulting calls, just DM me on Instagram at vankevin.25. So if I use one product to upsell the other, should I build a store around the niche, for example, marble, or build a store on the product that succeeds, marble tables? So don't build a store you would build a store on the product that succeeds, and then don't name, for example, you wouldn't want to name your website marbletables.com or something like that. Just like find a broad term that you can associate your products together with. And the website name doesn't matter that much, so don't spend too much time on it. For beginners, Yova asks, what range should you pay for an influencer to post your ad in Instagram for beginners? So for beginners, I would recommend you paying anywhere from $20 to $50, but you can spend more. It really depends on how much money you have, but $20 to $50 is a good starting point. And you can get a lot of good Instagram influencers for $20 to $50 with followers and high engagement rates, with followers from anywhere from 100 to 500K. All depends on how you talk to them, approach them, and what type of page it is. Mm. I'm going to be getting off in like 5 minutes. If you guys have any last questions you guys want me to answer, go ahead and ask me now before I leave. So the question is, how do you get influencers to respond to you, and do you just spam their comments? No, I don't spam their comments, and I've covered this topic a lot, but pretty much how you get influencers to respond to you is by doing 3 things. You want to contact them in the DM, and then send them an email and comment on their most recent posts. And then generally, maybe after a day or 2 days and they haven't responded, and I would send them another DM and comment them again, like maybe every 2 days until they start seeing it. And then maybe after a week or two, they don't respond, then I would just give up on trying to contact them. The thing is with Instagram, when you're DMing people, it doesn't come directly into your DM. You have to actually go and then accept requests, and that's exactly why sometimes they won't see your DM, especially when they're getting so many DMs every single day, these big pages with hundreds of thousands of followers. So they have to go into the request section, which is not inside of the DM, and see your message. So the question is, should I pay for a good theme or I choose a free one? What's yours? So I would just use a free theme. I like the Brooklyn theme. I use it on almost every single one of my Shopify stores for now. because especially in the beginning, you want to mitigate those costs just in case your website doesn't convert or your product is not a winner. So that's how you mitigate these costs, because paid themes will run you a lot of money right in the beginning, anywhere from $100 to $500. So I would definitely stay away from that. Use the free themes, use the Brooklyn theme. If Marble Tables is a winning product, the store is a marble store that sells marble products. That what if the customer gets confused and overwhelmed when they come to the site? For example, the ad was for a marble table, but they come to the site and see marble t-shirts or marble hair ties. Good question, but no, they wouldn't get confused. One very important thing that a lot of people don't talk about is that 99% of the time, 99% of the time, the customers won't land on your homepage or your collections page. So this really shouldn't be an issue. You always want to send them directly to your product page. So for example, if your website was marbles.com, you wouldn't want to send them to marbles.com. You would want to send them to marbles.com/product and then insert your product here. So like if it was a marble table, they would land exactly on that table. And if you were trying to push the shirt, they would you would want to send them to marbles.com/product/shirts. That's how you would do things. And that is gonna conclude this short live stream. Thank you guys for watching. New videos out coming soon. Working on that, just been really busy. And I'll see you guys soon. Peace.